So this is a video I've been wanting to film for quite a long time because I am so impressed with the results of what I'm about to show you. So I bought orchids last year from Lowe's, and I decided that I didn't want them in pots. I wanted them to be as natural as possible. So I decided to put them in a tree in the backyard to see how well they would do, because it is natural for an orchid to be in a tree. And I even looked it up, and they said that it's not irritating to the tree at all. And the orchid is an epiphyte. It attaches itself to the tree, but is not penetrating the tree, which would then make it a parasite. So it is not a parasite. It is just living on the tree, and it does not cause damage to the tree. So what I did was I took a fine garden ribbon and I tied the orchid to the tree. In 1 year's time, and it did not take a year, but it's been a year since I did that, to see how the orchid has responded is amazing to me. Their roots are called aerial roots, and I tried to find out if the roots were a different name from one to the other, because you have the kind that just kind of hang and dangle, but the roots I'm about to show you are very different. They look different, and they have a different function. And I looked to see if there was a special name for these roots, and they just still called them aerial roots. So I looked it up too, and they love this type of bark, which is, I didn't even do that on purpose. That was dumb luck to put it in this tree that has the exact kind of bark that it responds to best. And so I'll show you what it looks like. So here is my tree, and I think it's an Asian pear tree, but I'm not sure. It does grow fruit, but it's only grown a couple of little fruits since we've been here. But here is the orchid, and I tied it to the tree with some very soft ribbon, gardening ribbon. And I did that so that it would find time to attach itself to the tree. And you can see this bark is a very rigid, coarse type bark, and that turns out that is their favorite. And I also wanted the leaves angled a little bit downward so that water does not pool into the middle where the leaves come out, because that can cause a fungus. So you don't want water. So if you have your orchid in a pot, do not allow water to pool and sit where the leaves come together in the middle there where they grow out, because it will end up causing a fungus. So I tied it to the tree, angled a little bit downward. And another good sign that your orchid is doing well is when it's growing new leaves and they're stiff and thick and green like this. So you know your orchid's doing well when it looks like this. But check out these roots. Is this crazy or what? And they go all the way down to here. And you can see that, let's see if I can get a better image there. Oh, there you go. Look at that. So the tip is darker, and it's like a little, I call them little sucker roots, even though they're calling them aerial roots. And it looks like it's just gonna grow all the way down. But it is not harmful to the tree at all. And I think it is safe to say that I can take off the ribbon. I have not taken this ribbon off. It has been on here for a year now. And I was always afraid to take it off too soon, but looking at these roots, I think it's safe to say it's okay to go ahead and take it off. And so here are other roots that are just dangling. See the difference of these versus those? So that's another thing. And this is the cool part of this particular orchid. It sprouted new leaves, new sections, and check that out. It's growing roots that are trying to find the tree. So these roots right here are searching for the tree. So I am actually going to take some disinfected scissors, and I'm going to cut off right here, and I'm going to attach this to another spot, probably right here. And then this one, it grew another set of leaves, which means it can be its own plant. So it's almost propagating itself. And if you look around here, look at that. It's sprouted and is climbing up the side. So this one is already attached. And I don't know if I need to tie a ribbon. I might do it just to be on the safe side. But can you believe that? Here, let me get a better angle. Look at that. Isn't that great? And it's just climbing up. It's already attached itself. Whereas this one is reaching for the tree. And then this one took forever, I feel like. But look at it now. This one, you know, and if you put it in your tree and it gets shocked a little bit, don't give up on it, because I did not know that orchids were so resilient. I always thought orchids were very temperamental, fragile flowers that needed to be, you know, steamed and babied. And these are just resilient. So again, I laid it on its side so that water would not pool right here. And then I took the fine garden ribbon and I just tied it all the way around this knotted area of the tree to kind of cradle it in. And you're not gonna believe how this one is attached. So check this out. Look at that. Look at the network of roots that have grown from this one that took forever to acclimate itself. It is amazing, and it is so strongly attached. I can confidently take off the ribbon and just let it be natural and continue to attach itself. And like I said, this does not harm the tree at all because it's not penetrating the tree. The tree doesn't mind at all. And this way the orchid can get all of its nutrients and everything it needs from the air and the rain. So I just think it's incredible. There's another one wrapping itself around that way too. So that is incredible to me. Just to let you know, these are the ones that are called Phalaenopsis. I think that's how you say it, Phalaenopsis. And like I said, these are from Lowe's Home Improvement Store. They just didn't seem happy in their little pots, and now I know why. They are meant to be in the wild. I'm in South Florida. It's not even considered tropical where I am, and yet it's good enough. And it got pretty cold last winter, and yet here they are still thriving. So they lived through our colder weather in the winter, and I mean, it was like 50, 40 degrees. So they survived. That's it for this orchid video. I'm looking forward to the blooms coming back, and once they bloom, I will make an update video to show you what the blooms look like and how well they look and are doing. This one especially just had bloom after bloom after bloom, and it looked so good. And it's just really fun to have a feature like this out in the wild, in the natural, well, the wild of my backyard, but it's fun to have it not just in a pot, but in action. So anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.